The inflation that America is experiencing right now is just insane. When people go to Walmart or the big box retailers, they're paying exorbitant amounts of money just to buy everyday groceries. Not only that, inflation is also causing price gouging at the moment, where it seems like some of these retailers are scamming people. Take a look at this, and I'm going to come back at the end with my thoughts on what's going on.
To the people who think that grocery prices have gone down, you're wrong. I just went to Walmart. I got this. Now their prices are pretty reasonable. This stuff, which I don't think is a lot, came to $369. It's not a lot of stuff when you think about it. Maybe a lot of meats, but they aren't that expensive. Like this pack was $5.68. This pack was $7.72, but $369 is insane. That's all.
So I'm here in Publix doing some grocery shopping, and I found out that the Secretary of the Department of Agriculture, right now under the Trump administration, Brooke Rollins, says that the average American can currently get a great meal, like to feed themselves on a daily basis, for just $3 a day.
We've run over 1,000 simulations. It can cost around $3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing. And so there is a way to do this that actually will save the average American consumer money.
So I came by because I want to test that theory and see if that's really possible under this economy. Starting off with the chicken breast, $7.48 for 2 pieces. The budget that this lady was talking about, already gone. Just look at how expensive, $16.17. Expensive chicken, guys. This is already off the charts for whatever this lady was talking about. The tortillas, $1.85, the cheapest pack of 24. You guys do the math. The chicken gizzards, $3.59. Also over the budget that Rollins was talking about. See, we got the sirloin, $13.67, $12.57, all that. We also got the broccoli. It is $2.99. Obviously, all this is without taxes, right? Also just went through the fruits. Since you said you could buy something else. 3 limes for $1, 4 for $5. Pears. Look at those prices, guys. Like, I don't know in what world these people live in where they think that they can just lie to the American public and we're just going to believe them. Like, yeah, everything's so cheap. Prices are going down. Thanks, Donald Trump. We got the onions. Also, just look at those prices, guys. Like $1.49 a pound. Like, no, things are not cheap. Inflation is rising, right? They don't even account for using your light, your power, right? All the different seasonings, salt, pepper, all that stuff that goes into cooking, right? A pack of rice, $1.29, the cheapest one. I think we can all agree that Rollins is not aware of the reality of the average American in this economy. The Trump economy has been a failure. You cannot get a well-balanced meal for just $3. Buy a sole piece of chicken, a sole piece of broccoli, a tortilla, and she still went on to say something else. Descarada, thinking that you can get something else, 4 things, with just $3. That an average American can eat with $9 a day. That is a lie. The Trump economy is a failure. His economic policies are a failure. And we are all suffering in this country for it.
Okay, I have to vent and ask a question at the end and vent some more. But my mind is blown at this very moment because I just went to Walmart I was looking for just one item. Did I get the item? No, because they don't have the item. Anyways, so I thought I would stroll through the meat aisle, right? Because all I have at home is chicken and pork. And I was like, well, maybe something's on sale or on clearance or decently priced. And I could pick up, something for dinner later or whatever, right? Let's just check it out. And so, I did. I picked up more pork carnitas. There's $6.50 for that. But I came across a steak, and it was the average price for 2 uncooked ribeyes was $48. $48. That's you're paying $50. That's half of $100 bill for 2 uncooked steaks. my mind is blown right now. What is happening? What is happening? Like, I feel like the government is like pricing us out of the grocery stores, right? Because the restaurants are like, oh, no one's eating out anymore. And so now they're like, well, come eat out the restaurant because you can get a full meal for $25 with a cooked steak, 2 sides, I guarantee a drink, and like maybe even add a salad for like $2, right? For $25 versus going to Walmart and getting a 2-pack of ribeyes for uncooked steaks for $50. $25 for the one ribeye that you have to still go home and season and cook. Hopefully you cook it right. And then you have to like figure out your sides as well and figure out your drink. So now you're averaging probably like $35, $40 for your one meal. I hate the grocery store lately. Absolutely hate it. There's no way that this is financially feasible in the real world. So like, I just can't. Like, I'm done with steak. I'm done. I am done with the cow. F the cow, right? Like, that's where I'm at. Because how are we doing this? Like, how are we financially affording groceries right now? Because I can barely financially afford life, nonetheless groceries. So we're not eating steak lately, and I'm left with chicken and pork. So, you know, give me all of your chicken and pork ideas. What meals can I make with chicken and pork? Because those are cheap. I don't even care if it's like some Asian meals or like a Thai meal. You know, let's explore, because being an American, going to the grocery store and just trying to eat like a steak is not happening anymore. I am done with the cow. Done. And grocery stores suck, and I'm poor. I don't know what's happening in life right now. But I had to like vent about that because that is absolutely insane. $50 for 2 uncooked steaks. What is happening?
The 3 biggest grocery scams exploiting inflation right now. These supermarkets and their products are quietly ripping off consumers. Number 3, Walmart. Great value snacks, frozen foods, bottled water, and cereal are shrinking while prices stay the same. Frozen pizza dropped from 32 ounces to 28 ounces, and cereal from 18 ounces to 16 ounces. Online comparisons of old versus new packages are everywhere, with shoppers saying, pay the same money, get less product. Number 2, Target. From Archer Farms cookies and snacks to Good and Gather juices, package sizes are quietly down about 15%, with no price cuts. A 16-ounce pack of cookies is now 14 ounces. Buy regularly, and costs add up. The products are quietly stealing value. Number 1, Costco. Kirkland's signature cheese slices, frozen chicken, snack packs, and nut assortments have all been downsized. Big packages still look like a deal, but per-serving costs are up about 18% from last year. Inflation is just the excuse. This is straight-up shrinkflation. Bulk looks cheaper, but often isn't. Spotted shrinkflation at the grocery store? Drop a comment.
Grocery stores are stealing from you. Everybody should stop using Instacart immediately. More Perfect had a new segment earlier this week where they followed Instacart and several other major grocery retailers and found out that they are charging different amounts based on what they believe you will pay for your groceries.
What if we could charge every single person the maximum amount that we know they're able to or willing to pay?
We've known that inflation is a huge problem. However, I don't think any of us truly expected to be fully rat-fucked by grocery retailers, by the people who sell us food, the thing that you need to live.
What if someone is charged $2 for these eggs, but another person is charged $2.40 at the same exact store?
Okay, well, that's exactly what's happening. They had a group of 400 people go to different grocery stores, and they all compared their receipts. They found as many as 7 different pricing groups for the same product across different retailers. This is about maximizing profits for food at all costs. This is about finding continuously the maximum amount of money you are willing to spend on your grocery products. We can regulate these things out of existence. Flock cameras, surveillance pricing. If we do not regulate them before things like this happen, they will make it worse and worse and worse, all in the name of profit.
Do you think that $63 for 2 steaks is absolutely ridiculous? If so, then you're just like me. Go ahead and hit that follow button. You see, I would rather spend $10 on 2 cheap steaks than $63 for 2 steaks. I don't know what happened in America, but I remember when it used to be cheaper to go to the store and buy dinner and cook it. Nowadays, it's cheaper to go to Texas Roadhouse than it is to stay at home and cook. If you're sick and tired of these companies playing games and you just want a good product for a fair price, leave me a comment and go ahead and follow, because you and me are the same. I'm tired of these high prices. I'm sticking with the $10 steak.
In big trouble. Just read an article on The Guardian, and here's what they're saying. Kroger stores in multiple states. And remember, Kroger is not just listed as a Kroger supermarket, but like here in California, Ralph's supermarkets are part of the Kroger empire. But check this out. Kroger stores in multiple states have overcharged customers by listing expired sales tags and then ringing up regular prices at the register. So like you come up to a thing of potato chips and it says it's on sale for $1.29, but it rings up for $2.49 at the register. And it's a numbers game. If you notice the mistake and you call them on it, they'll fix it, even though the tags are expired, but they left them out. They did it on purpose. But for every one of you that reports it to them and gets the discount, back, there's probably 9 other shoppers out of 10 that don't catch it. And so Kroger is making zillions of dollars on this duping. It's happening in Ohio, it's happening in West Virginia. And by the time people get home and they notice the discrepancy. Did you guys see today? Trump jumped into the press conference at the White House press room and, did a long babbling speech. But here's the good news, I guess, right? He said our economy's doing great. He said gas prices are down. And he said the whole thing happening with Greenland is a good thing. He said inflation is down. God, what were we all thinking? Oh, and he said food prices are way down too, ever since he's taken office. So everything's down. Gas prices, food prices, the economy's doing great. Inflation is down. It's perfect. Yeah, take a look at that. Butter prices. See? More examples. Look at that. French fries. So as you can see, grocery prices are down. Gas prices are down. Everybody's happy. Dear leader says so. So it must be so.
Absolutely crazy story about a man who had the Walmart app on his phone. And what he did is there's an option within the app to be able to go in and hit reorder all. So he had a cart order. This is way back from 2 years after the pandemic started for $126 for all of his groceries. So just out of morbid curiosity, when he went back into the app, he looked at his own orders and thought, I'm just gonna do reorder all just to see what the difference will be. 3 times the price in 2 years. They are gaslighting us, guys. They are gaslighting us that things are so hard for companies after the pandemic. Companies are making money hand over fist. They can afford to pay you more. They can afford to hire more people. This is just corporate greed. The cost of getting meat, getting vegetables out of the ground, farming things up, shipping them has not gone threefold in 2.
Today we are talking about the most expensive grocery store in the United States. And when I started putting this video together, I thought we were just going to strictly be talking about the grocery prices. Because, sticker shock, inflation, why does this have to cost that much? But after I started looking a little more closely, this video has kind of taken a turn. Because on one side, you have people that are genuinely shocked. They're looking at these prices like, who is this supposed to be for? And then you have folks proudly flexing these grocery hauls and acting like spending this much money on groceries makes them more evolved. Today, I'm taking you with me into the world of Erewhon. We're not just gonna talk about the prices, we're also gonna talk about the energy around it. This is an economy where people are just trying to survive the checkout line, and others are turning grocery shopping into a status symbol. And I've got some pretty strong thoughts about it.
Okay guys, we're at Erewhon. I'm gonna guess the price of that, okay?
Okay, guess how much this mango?
Okay.
Organic.
Yeah. Organic mango, I'm gonna say
10.
10. I was gonna say 10.
$15.62.
Wow. Okay. This is the turkey. 18 pounds. Turkey, I would say $60. Yeah. $108. But then it's organic dude. Coffee.
I just heard President Trump say the other day that inflation is going down right now, and America is the hottest country because its inflation is decreasing more than any other country. He talked about the price of eggs going down, the price of beef, chicken, everything you can imagine going down. But the reality that we're going to check right now is that a lot of Americans are still struggling in America today. Now, you know me. For those who have been following me so far on this journey of this channel, I am not a Trump fan and I am not a Trump hater. I am an independent free thinker, and there is no political party of the United States of America that will sway me in either way until they show and prove that they can do something for the people. All right, America, the people, yeah, right. Let's get it straight. Americans are struggling right now, and that's what we're seeing across the board. I mean, some of these prices that we saw, and the girl who was down with Trump's cabinet or administration, who said, "Well, you can eat for $3 a day." You must be absurd, girl. You must be on crack to think that you can even eat for $3 a day in America. Heck, you can't even eat for $3 a day in some of the world's cheapest countries to live. Let's take Thailand, for example. In Thailand, there are some meals that are $3 and $4 a day where you get a full plate. Right. But it's Thailand. Look at the standards of living. You know what? Let me not say that. Let me not say that, because nowadays, Bangkok may be an even better place to live than America. I mean, the gun violence is not as high as in America. They do have shootings every now and then, but it's not as bad as in America. Your kids will be fairly safe in school. You can get access to luxury apartments for a fraction of the cost as you would pay in America. Groceries, don't even get me started. Groceries are way cheaper, especially fruits and vegetables. And you know something I noticed, guys? I noticed that in America, fruits and vegetables are some of the most expensive things to buy, especially at the big box retailers like Walmart, Costco's. Okay, I think Costco still sells fruits and vegetables, but let's just say Walmart, Publix, and several other, like Kroger's. Fruits and vegetables are hell expensive. But then you go to other countries like the Germanys, like the Portugals, like the Spains, like the Italys, and the cost of fruits and vegetables are a fraction of what they cost in America. Now, did you guys hear, getting on price gouging for 1 second, because inflation is just one part of the issue. The other part of the equation that we need to talk about is the price gouging. The first thing I noticed in these videos is how they talked about the corporations, especially those who produce cereals and pastas and things like that. They actually shrunk the sizes of the packaging as a means, I guess, to make more margins, okay? But they're selling it for higher price. So essentially, they're getting whatever the difference is of earnings plus an additional premium on top of that since they increased their prices. And then also another thing, another phenomenon I saw or mentioned on a different video, is not included in this compilation, but someone was talking about, and I've seen this actually in Germany as well, but I noticed that they have it in the States. When you go into certain stores like the Best Buys or certain Walmart locations, they have the digital prices, the digital readouts for pricing. So for example, if you see, let's say a jar of spaghetti sauce that costs $2.99, and it reads out $2.99 on the digital display, by the time you get to the cash register, they may have changed that price to $3.99 or $3.49 by the time you get to the register. So you get to the register, they ring you up and they're like, yeah, $3.49. You're like, oh, wait 1 second. It said $2.99. Let me go check. The person goes and checks. No, sir, it's $3.49. No, it's $2.99. I'll check myself. You go and check, and then it may still say $3.49, or it might say $3.19. And they change it often, and that almost seems downright illegal to do. But hey, it's America. You can get away with anything you want. And guys, I have to say it like I'm a broken record. We are in a state in which we have fallen as a nation, and we don't know how to rebound from this. I won't say our government is taking advantage of us. That will be the easy cop out. I'm going to say that the private sector is taking advantage of us, okay? They know that they're making hella profits without going up or down on price. They know that they're making great bank off of us because many of the things we're buying are necessities to live. So now they're feeling like, well, we got to make up for the cost because of the tariffs. And that might be another video I might throw in there. I'll try to see if I can do some digging on how tariffs may have impacted us, if they did. And we probably know that they did, but at the end of the day, I'd like to dig deeper beyond the surface because sometimes what it may seem is not actually what it is. But with that being said, going back to what I was saying before, the corporations that are producing, like the manufacturers of these cereals, of these pastas, of these sauces, the farmers, they know that the tariffs could impact them, but they're still making enough margins in the case where they can profit without having such sharp increases in price. Hey, look, 5%, 10%, okay, not, I won't be a happy camper, but it's modest, okay? We can survive on a 10% increase, can't we? We can do that, right? Most of us, right? If you were paying $100 for groceries last year and now you're paying 110, is that really going to break your bank? For most people, it won't. Okay, but what's happening right now is just absurd how they're just jacking up these prices, and in some cases, people's grocery bills have tripled on a weekly basis. So now they're getting killed with healthcare, they're getting hammered with grocery prices, and on top of that, the most expensive thing of all is rent. They're being hammered in all different directions. So we don't know as a society where we're headed. Now, I came across some information, and I know this supermarket chain very well because I've lived in Germany for many years. And it's a chain by the name of Aldi. And this is not a sponsorship, Aldi, but if you're watching, hit me up in the comments section below and we can talk. Now, Aldi, many people have reported, has groceries that are half the price of what you would find in Walmart or Target or other retailers. And I found that to be interesting. And I think I understand why that is. There's also Lidl, or Lidl as some Americans pronounce it. That's also another German supermarket chain. So you have Lidl, Lidl, and you have Aldi, Aldi. Now, in Germany, there was also inflation. But when I looked at a list, it showed that the United States had the fourth highest inflation in all of the G7. Okay, whereas Germany had only a 1.7% inflation. The U.S. had a little over 4% inflation. The worst country was Canada at 6.3% or 6.2. And in Germany, things did go up in price significantly, but we're not paying double or triple. Okay, in most cases, you're probably paying about 20% higher. Okay, for things, and that does start to add up depending on what it is. Some things remained the same, some things went up a little bit, and the maximum I've seen was probably 20% on certain goods. Usually, the things like meats, that went up quite significantly, but it didn't go up to $15. I mean, that is just insane. But in America, every country and every producer of every good or service knows that America is the land of opportunity for businesses and enterprises, which means they can charge us whatever they'd like to charge us and we'll pay it. Why? Because we have a consumerism culture. That's who we are. We turn on the TV, we're getting hammered by television ads. We walk down the street to the train station, we see ads all over the walls. We see even ads in the train, okay? Like when we're on the train, we see ads everywhere. We are consumers of everything. And I'm surprised that many of us haven't already had, some sort of trauma from seeing all these ads, because it's just insane how we look everywhere and there's someone trying to sell us something. It's crazy. So I don't know where we're headed when it comes to inflation. Again, the Trump administration has said multiple times that the inflation is coming down. Sometimes things take a while to work. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt with that. Let's kind of report back on this in the next couple of weeks to see how this is turning out. It shouldn't take too long to see the price differences. But about price gouging, something has to be done. I'm sure it's illegal, but for some weird reason, there may be loopholes that they're using to get around it, and many Americans are footing the bill for that. And it's brutal, to say the least. Guys, like this video. I'm bringing the heat all the time. I'm bringing the scams, the heat, the situations we're going through. Guys, we must look at our reality and we must check it. And the reason why we need to have a reality check is because we need to understand the circumstances that we live in today as Americans, or just as citizens of the world. We need to understand where we're headed as a global society and understand how we should maneuver during these difficult times. Like the video, subscribe, and support this channel so I can continue to bring videos like these to inform you guys, to do a heartbeat tap to understand how others feel in the same scenarios that you're in. YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here, this one right here. Give that a click, and I'll see you on the next one.